Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Jakob's Wife. It just hit theaters this past week. It is a horror film. It is 98 minutes and it is directed by Travis Stevens, who directed also the horror film The Girl on the Third Floor. And I'm going to read the synopsis. Anne, married to a small town minister, feels her life has been shrinking over the past 30 years. Encountering the Master brings her a new sense of power and an appetite to live bolder. However, the change comes with a heavy body count. And this film stars Barbara Crampton, Larry Fessenden, Bonnie Aarons. She played the nun, the actual nun in the movie The Nun, and Naisha Bell and Sarah Lind. This movie was a very interesting movie because I really liked the music and soundtrack of it. Felt very 80s like, and some of the way that the shots and stuff felt a little bit 80s like, and definitely some of the blood and all that kind of stuff that they use. It's kind of tongue-in-cheeky, kind of like 80s films. I know Barbara Crampton has been in some different 80s films. I'm actually not really familiar with her, and a lot of people are, but I haven't watched really any of her films. But after watching this, I definitely am interested in seeing some of the older 80s films that she was in. I will say that this film definitely won't be for everyone because of the way it's done and shot. And like I said, there is the 80s vibe in this and kind of like a tongue-in-cheeky type of feel to it. So everybody will definitely not like this kind of film. But for me, I really enjoyed it. I like that they had humor in this. I liked that the makeup they had wasn't too bad. I liked that the character, this is a very woman empowering type of film, because you have this woman here that her husband is a minister for a church, and he's very much into that and very religious and all that. And she's just kind of Jacob's wife. She is just married to him, and he talks over her a lot. He doesn't really let her have a voice. She can't really make any of her own decisions. And when she ends up getting bit by this vampire and becoming a vampire, not giving away too much, but when she gets bit by this vampire, she basically has this freedom to live her life how she wants to live it, and she kind of enjoys it. And you'll see her struggle throughout this film on what she really wants to be. And there's different choices that she needs to make along the film that you'll see. And the way this wraps up, it wraps up somewhat, but it does leave the viewer wondering what will happen next. And I actually like that, because there's many theories that could carry this movie on if there would be a sequel, or just leaving it how it is and letting the viewer decide on what the next steps would be in the ending there. So that's what I really liked about it. I would give this definitely a 4 out of 5. I think it's a pretty solid movie, and it isn't just in theaters. Actually, it is on demand as well. So if you want to watch it at home, or if you can get to a theater, because I don't think this has been in a lot of theaters. I know it only made $30,000 this past week, so it's definitely a smaller film. And what's interesting about it also, I'm not sure if this is for all theaters, but it's actually not rated. But actually at my theater, it is a NC-17 movie, which is pretty funny because some people were complaining about it or something about some of the different scenes in it. I'm not sure about that, but I just thought that was interesting that we at my theater changed the rating, and I'm not sure if that's how it is everywhere else. I know on IMDb it says not rated, so but that's pretty interesting. But like I said, it's a pretty good movie, and it's got humor, it's got the horror, and I like that you have the character, the Master, you know, she's played in other horror films, so she does a good job of just being that villain anyway. So that makes it kind of cool anyway. But thank you guys for watching this review. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's talk about this film. I know it's a smaller film, but I would love to get people's thoughts on this film. I really enjoyed it, and I'm curious to see what everybody else thinks as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next review.